So, have you just bought yourself a Radio Master Zorro but only have full-size modules and don't feel like spending all that money again to buy nano modules? Well, here's a quick video on how you can put your full-size modules on your Radio Master Zorro. Just remove this R9 module. I've been using this full-size Radio Master for quite a while now. I use it for my helicopters, I use it for my aeroplanes, and I also use it for my drones. Well, this Radio Master Zorro I have bought, it's mainly going to be for my drones, but probably will end up being used for my planes and helicopters, as I got the 4-in-1 module in this Radio Master. How did that get in here again? So before I show you how I've attached a full-size module to this Radio Master Zorro, here's a quick look at the finished item. As you can see, the module is firmly attached to the back of the screen of the Radio Master, and it's plugged in through this balance lead cable here. I have also semi-permanently attached these batteries here to give longer life, as I found the battery attachment under here to be a little bit annoying. As you can see, the radio is perfectly balanced with the batteries on the back and the module up the top there, and looks like it was supposed to be that way. So here's how I did it. First of all, I recommend you put some sort of gimbal guard over your sticks, because your Radio Master is going to spend quite a bit of time upside down. Okay, now firstly we are going to need something to put over these pins. What I have used here is my finished pin, here is my finished plug which I have made, but what I have used is a balance lead. Now you're going to need a 5S balance lead. I didn't have any of those around, so what I did is I used a 6S balance lead, pulled one of the wires out and then cut it short. Also, to the balance plug, what you're going to have to do is see the little lip around the outside here, and these little guide pins here. It is best that you slice these off with a Stanley knife, and so you have a finished result like this. You have no little edge around there, as you can see, like that, and you also don't have those two little pins there. This is so that this plug here will slide nicely onto these pins and sit there nice and firmly. As you can see, I can tug on that and that's not really coming off. If I tug hard enough, it's going to. Right, first things first is we have to know the pin order. As you'll see on the back of the module, there's 5 pin holes, but there are 7 pins on the back of the Zorro radio. If you count in 5 pins from the right hand side, the 5th pin goes to the top pin on the module, and as you count down, number 4 pin goes to the number 4, number 3 goes to number 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Right, so for the other end of your plug that you have made, you're going to need some pins. Now I got these pins with a Maytech flight controller. I'm sure if you ask Mr. Google, you will be able to find them online to buy. They'll be cheap as chips, or you can use something which is equivalent. Just make sure they are no shorter than 11 millimeters, because any shorter and they won't touch the pads properly inside the module. Now just cut off, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pins, cut off like so. Yes, I managed to count correctly. And to get the correct lead size, now so basically the length you're pretty much going to need, instead of just, is you're going to need to cut your leads about 82 millimeters. So cut these leads down to 82 millimeters. Get out your soldering skills. This isn't the tidiest ever, but solder all these wires onto the back of these pins. Now the order that they go on the back of the module is, if you're using a balance lead, keep the red cable to the outside, and the red balance lead goes to the top. Make sure everything is in order. Make sure all of these wires and pins are in order. So when inserting these pins into the module, it may feel like they're pretty loose, but honestly I have had no problems, and once the module is turned over and clipped in, I have had no problems of those pins coming out or my module switching off at all. And just to make it extra secure, I always put a little piece of tape here on the module to hold it, and I've had no problems even when dropping this radio. Of course, when I'm transporting this module, I do take it off. I leave that piece of tape just stuck to the module, and it stays pretty sticky all the time. I have no problems. So before I let you go, I'll just quickly show you attaching this battery case here to the back of the Zorro radio. Now, yes, you can put batteries on the bottom here of the Zorro radio, but I found that to be a little bit annoying. Plus, this case here doesn't really fit there nicely. So I thought the best place for it is on the back here. Now, there's a little slide cover here which covers up these pins when not in use. So what I've done, I had a spare one of these battery modules, which these normally come in your full-size radios, or you can buy them separately. Now that little slide cover there, I have super glued it to the back of this radio. I made sure I put it in a place where it is exactly even, and it's a great fit. So when I found that when I first put this on here, I found it would slide off very, very easy. So what I have done just to help that problem is I have drilled a wee hole through here. As you can drill a wee hole through, put a screw in, and I've drilled a hole into the radio here. Be very, very careful when drilling into the radio, because what I did is I drilled straight through, and once I had a little mark here, I very carefully drilled the hole. Now this little screw here isn't really a screw, it's more a pin, and that stops this battery case from sliding up. So as I'll show you, when you're putting all this together, it is best to put this battery case on first, and then the module on after. So make sure all these wires are flat, line up the battery case, slide it on there, and then go ahead, either push the pin in. It doesn't have to like screw in. As you can see, this one here doesn't screw in. It doesn't matter about that, it doesn't screw in, it's not going to come out, because once you put the battery on there, it's there permanently. And so there we go, that's that there. As you can see, it's nice and firm, it doesn't come off. I'm quite clumsy, I've dropped this radio a few times and it hasn't come off. So with the extra battery case there, we now plug the module in. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, plug the module in, clip that in place. I always use a little bit of tape just on the side here, just as an extra precaution. Of course, when travelling with the radio, I have this module off. Now, everything's together here, nice and firmly. And so if I go ahead and if I switch the radio on,
welcome to HTX.
You can see everything works like a charm. So this isn't a how-to, this is just what I've done video. So happy flying everybody, and we'll see you later. Bye.